Hello guys, I am Bharat and I welcome you all to this session in which I am going to talk about class and object in Python. So let's get started with our today's topic, which is class and object in Python. So first of all, let's take a look at the agenda for today's discussion. First of all, we will be discussing about what is a class. Then we will learn about definition for a class. Then we will see some examples of class. Then we will learn how to create a class in Python. Then we will learn what is an object, how to work with that, and at last we will learn about how to create an object. So guys, you are clear with the agenda for today's discussion, and I suggest you all to subscribe and like the channel for latest updates and videos. So let's quickly get started. First of all, let's see what is a class. As all of you know, Python is an object-oriented programming language. Almost everything in Python is an object, which have some properties and methods to it. In our previous sessions, you have learned about variables, and you know that everything in Python is an object. So if we are creating an integer variable, that variable belongs to an class, is an int class. So now for example, let's look to this picture. Here, vehicle is a class, and all the vehicles we have, that is car, truck, cart, or we have bike, bus, all the vehicles we have are the objects of this class named as vehicle. So in our real world, vehicle is a class and the car we have in our home is an object. So I think you are clear with some idea about class and object. So now let's get to the definition for the class. So a class is like an object constructor, or we can say a class is a blueprint for creating objects. Like for creating cars, we have a blueprint, or we can say we have a blueprint for creating some buildings. And also in our real world, civil engineers create a blueprint of a building. Then according to that blueprint, they create an object like a building or a house. Same like that, we create a class, or we can say we create a blueprint in our programming, and using that blueprint, we create objects. Now, for example, we have a blueprint of a car. In a company, blueprint of a car is created, and using that blueprint, a car object is created. First of all, blueprint of a car is created in a company, and using that blueprint, different cars are created. So here, the blueprint of the car is the class, and all the other cars created are the object of that blueprint. Okay guys, now see, a class is a code template for creating objects. A class is a template of creating some objects. An object have member variables and have behavior associated with them. Every object we create using class have some member variables and have different behavior associated with them. Class creates a user-defined data structure which holds its own data members and member functions, which can be accessed and used by creating an instance of that class. That means a class is something like a user-defined data structure, or we can say user-defined variable, which holds different data members and member functions. Data members are the variables and member functions are the simple functions we were creating in Python. And all these can be accessed and used by creating instance of that class. And instance of the class is the object. So in short, class is a blueprint and an object is the instance of that class. Now let's see how to create a class. To create a class, we use the keyword class, CLASS. We have already studied about keywords in Python. You already know that keywords have some predefined task and work in a programming language. So class is also a keyword that is used to create a class. Now the syntax for creating a class will be, first of all we have to write the keyword class, and after that we will write the class name. This class name will be according to our choice, like we were creating variables. So like that we will create a class name, then we will give the colon, and under that we will write the body of the class. Now for example, suppose we have to create a class named as my class. So the name of my class is my class. So I have written the class keyword, after space I have given name of the class, that is my class, then colon, and after that we will write the body of that class. Don't worry guys, we will also practically implement that. I will also give you many examples creating a class and object. This is all for the theory. Now let's move on and see how to create an object in Python. Now to create an object, we use the class name and then the parentheses. Parentheses are the round brackets. So now the syntax for creating an object is, first of all we write the object name, the name of our object we want to create, and equals, then the class name and parentheses. Now let's see an example of it. Now for example, if I want to create my object as obj1, so I have to write obj1 equals my class. That's it. Now this obj1 is an object of class, that is my class. So guys, I hope you are clear with what is a class, how to create a class, what is an object, how to create an object. Now our next session will be the practical session. We will implement the class and object concepts. Till then, thank you for your attention and keep practicing.